Alrighty, I'm ready to paint the other half of the flower. I've changed the direction of my picture a little bit here. Let's see if we can shrink it down and get it in a spot where you can really see the work being done. There we go, something like that. I just want the front of the flower to be shown. There we go. Excellent. So I've taken the mauve and I've mixed it in with the opera. That's the third pass, I should say, of color here. Sort of brightening things up a bit. All right. I'm going to continue with that process on the back side of this flower. I have my enlargement. Let's take a look, see what that looks like. Okay, we have color here. This is where the shadow on top of the color goes. I work with a fairly liquid brush. I'm going to take my white out now because I have no pencil there, and we're going to replace it with color. Join the two shapes together. Come around the corner here. I'm loading my brush now because I have a smaller brush and I need to cover a large area. So there, see? Here too. It's always exciting for me to paint iris, always. It's like visiting a friend that you haven't seen for a year. And all of a sudden, there they are. Hey, how you doing? And you can reminisce. You can think about the first time you painted it and so on. I want to go quickly. I've got lights here that are warm. And so it makes the drying. See, these are dry here. But I think I caught it just in time. See, I kind of scrumple into it a little bit. And like I mentioned before, if you're here, just go quickly down with water like this. See? 1, 2, 3. So you have a minute. And here too, if the paint is like being stubborn there, I come back with the color and I scrub the color into it. For some reason, it takes that curse away. I don't know why exactly. But, you know, you try things often enough and you see what works. You experiment. You should do that with your own paintings. You know, if you think that the track that I'm on doesn't quite fit your sensibilities, then adapt it to who you are. Right? I don't want clones. I want painters out there. People doing their own thing in their own way. All this self-expression out there. Don't lose your individuality. I think that I've seen some great stuff. People have been very, very creative recently. I'm going to go back and hit that a second time here, one more time, just to bring the color all the way down, make it wet all over again throughout this area. So it's actually a double dip with the brush. Since this is all moist here, I have a second, so I'm going to take the time to do that. Bring it out with the brush. This is just the water right here. Yes, I am trying to create a dimensional quality, a 3D quality here, of course. Let's bring the color all the way to the top. Maybe here as well. No two iris paintings of mine are alike, even though I paint them every year fundamentally. I change my color, I add new colors to it so that I'm doing them slightly differently. This has been hit already. Let's come under here. And here too, we'll come right up to that pencil line. Bring the color out a little further, keep that shape nice and even, nice and rounded. You want it to sort of undulate. Water. And right up to that. There we go. If you move quickly, it's not going to dry on you. Turning my brush so I can see the bottom edge and bring the color and the water all the way up. Shaping right into the pencil a little bit. Let's take it a little further over. And you can see now that the shape of the petal is becoming important. Let me see, this is all light up here. There is a nook here. See? Remember I was talking about indentations before. There's one here. We'll come to water. Pull the color all the way around. See, this one has got a nice shape to it. Let's bring it the rest of the way. You don't have to think about background. What the heck do you do? Sometimes I leave them white. I say, listen, I've done all this work. I don't want it to go like sour on me. But you see how dark that second pass is in that particular spot? 2 colors there. Let's let this rest for a minute and come over here. Again, nice and clean up to my edges there. Look how nice that edge looks now. We'll come down here. Shape it a little bit better than before. This way I'll be able to pull out the pencil and have something nice there. Water on the end of the brush. It's starting to take shape. We're going to do the same thing right here. We'll bring in the color. The next pass of dark, I will take out that white line. Right now I'm going to keep it. Clean my brush. You need to come into the big flower. So let's do that quickly. Got a couple of minutes. Let's start right here. Excuse me. Bring it right up to the pencil. The dark is on this side. The light is on that side. This kind of curves up here. Oh, I know, I can design it from the bottom. So I can keep this, I keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, there's sort of a scallop shape here, is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes my words evade me. So we get the water in there right away. Come around into the flower here. And like before, I may not take all the color out. Come in close. I have this white form, the white edging, to help me here. See, I'm straightening out the edges a little bit, making them pleasant. Got water on the brush. My studio is at the top of the house. And every once in a while somebody makes popcorn. You can smell that popcorn coming all the way up the stairs. Like, oh no. Makes you want to drop your brush and go have popcorn. This is a new spot where I'm hitting with color here now. It really didn't have much color before. Again, we're just going to put in a little bit like that. Come with the water. And you come right up to this other edge, because it's okay, you can do that. And it's going to be a little bit lighter because there's no painting underneath. Maybe there's a little bit, a tiny bit of painting underneath, but not much. We get to about this spot, we get water, and we soften that edge down. So it kind of melts into the other one, right? There is a slight indentation right here. We need to have a little bit of color here to define this curve, just like that. You're just within range of the picture. There we go. That's better. Water. Notice I'm going towards the center with the water, like this. See? Soften again on the outside, cleaning each time. Look at that nice indentation there. Because this is a curved form. This is not a hard edge. This is a soft edge. There's a soft edge here. But I can always scrub into this if I have to and remove some of the color. There's a detail I haven't addressed before, which I will do now, which is the underside here. Just like that. Seems to take a little bit longer each time because there's more decision making. Making more decisions. That's the underside. Now we'll put the dark here on the other side. Turning my brush and getting right into that little nook. Now we have a nice shape that's going on there. You see, just with the tip of the brush, bring a little bit of water in there all the way. Now remember I was saying before that the light areas are supposed to be dark. I'll do one or two of those. I'm going to make these dark. Like that. That's actually 3. And then right on top of it, I'll just pull the paint. Just like that. Let it feather it out at the base, like here. See, now it looks more iris-like. There's also probably more of a consistency to the shadow up here. Okay, we'll see you in the next round. I hope that was useful.